Aceon served 10 years in prison for statutory sodomy of a victim under age 12. But despite his conviction, he claims he's completely innocent.
Aceon went to prison for statutory sodomy of a victim under 12. He got railroaded for this charge because when he was 16 years old, he had gotten in trouble for fondling little girls.
You're here to clear your name for a crime that you were convicted of, right?
Correct, for a crime I didn't commit.
And what were you convicted of exactly?
I was convicted of statutory sodomy in the first degree on a person under the age of 12. I did not commit that crime.
And you served how many years for this crime?
I served 10 hard, long years. I'm still serving time for that. Every day I'm judged for it.
Well, you're a registered sex offender too, right?
That is correct.
I mean, when you're registered, there's a slew of things. You can't live within so many feet of certain places. Who said you did this?
It was a 7-year-old child.
This child must have said something to somebody that you did something to him, right?
Not until 4 years later.
Even so.
So, with there not being any evidence.
A lot of victims of sexual nature of children, a lot of times they don't say things for years.
But in this case, he was already acting out in school sexually. They found me guilty, but there was no test done.
Now, but when you were a young man,
Why you cut me off?
What's that?
I said there was no test done. There was none. I had no lie detector test done whatsoever. How was I not railroaded?
When you were a young man, you admitted to fondling 3 little girls.
I was 16. I was dealing with a lot of stuff in my life at that young age. Knowing the difference was hard to differentiate what I was supposed to do and what I was not supposed to do, what was legal, what was not legal. Me not knowing doesn't matter though, because I still did that.
So you admitted to committing that crime when you were 16?
Yes, I did.
Were you, did you have a record because of that crime?
Yes, I did.
You're here, and if you pass, I guess, are you doing it for her, or are you doing it for the world?
I'm doing it for me, I'm doing it for my family, I'm doing it for her, I'm doing it for everybody that has been through this.
You're here today and you feel pretty confident that you're gonna pass your lie detector test, right?
A lie detector test is tricky, first off.
Well, here we go.
Oh, they are.
Go.
Oh, they are. And Dan told me that they're tricky because you have to watch your breathing, you can't move, you have to be still.
Dan told you that? He said you gotta watch your breathing?
As far as, yes, you do. As far as, you know what I'm saying, controlling yourself and your breathing, because I was out of breath actually when I did take the lie detector test.
Are tricky?
No, I'm saying that they are.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've never taken one until
I wouldn't
yesterday.
say Dan said that. I mean, Dan's whole career is based on this, right?
True. True enough.
Yeah.
True enough. That's what you're saying.
And you would say, before we ever get to these results, Dan has no skin in the game, right? He's not gonna railroad you, is he?
No, me and Dan had a great conversation.
Cool. You've been dating 6 months, right? Mm-hmm. How's that been going?
In 6 months, I learned more about what a love should be than anyone else I've ever been with.
He's very good to you.
Mm-hmm. I've seen him with his family, around children. It's not a predator.
And you know this, why?
I just don't see it.
Well, if you don't see it now, I mean, he admits.
I've read the paperwork.
He admits,
I've looked through the paperwork. I've looked through all of this stuff, and I see
let's
how
put
these
that
things
aside for a
work.
second, the trial. But he admits to crime against children before this incident that he spent 10 years in jail.
I get that.
So he is capable of sexually assaulting children. Okay, but
are you the same person that you was at 16? Are you?
No.
Neither am I.
But even at 16,
point blank, neither am I.
I didn't sexually assault children when I was 16.
And a lot.
Now ask me if I knew the difference between right and wrong at 16.
And you probably did. But you also probably didn't have the same upbringing as I did either.
And he didn't.
No, we probably didn't. But I'll say this for a fact, right? The most hardened criminals, the toughest, hardest guys, even in jail, they know when it comes to children, that's wrong. You don't do that. Did you read any of the case files about his trial?
Yes, I did.
Where did you get the case files from?
He had given it to me.
He had given it to you, and you read through them.
Yeah, I read
You read through the whole
yes,
case file?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just say it.
And
Yeah.
after you read this whole case file, you determined he was innocent?
I determined he is innocent just by looking in his eyes when he's talking to me and listening and knowing that.
I did that too when I was a police officer.
That's not even cool.
I would just
You know
look
what?
at somebody's
that's
eyes.
That's not even cool. Like, that's
All
not
dreamy
even cool.
like,
This is not even going to be
you're
like
innocent.
that. You understand that?
Is your family with you or not with you?
Like I said.
They're split.
it's a
Okay, they're
decision.
split. And
Because
why,
of
the
this.
people that aren't with it, why are they against him?
I don't know if it's they don't know how to react or
Or they don't
just
like the fact that he's convicted of being a child molester?
And it's not true. That's the
So
case.
that's why they're mad at you, because it's not true?
They get mad at me because I put myself in position.
You're also a mother, right?
Are you going to listen? Because you asked me a question.
Because if you're going to give me an answer that makes sense, then I'll listen to you.
How
But
am
if
I-
you're going to just talk
How
in
am I
circles,
not giving you an answer for
then
you
no.
for you to listen to?
Because it's what you're saying, that's why.
That's not.
And you're a mother, and here's a guy that's convicted of sodomizing a child and who admits to fondling 3 girls when he was 16. And you're comfortable around that guy.
yes, it doesn't matter. He's not
How
gonna
old
fail.
were the girls that you fondled?
6, 7, and 8.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear your answer. If he fails...
First off, I was 16. You can step back behind me.
I know.
I was 16.
Okay.
Stop.
Secondly,
Are you protecting her from me?
like I said, no, because this is
Because
my
I'm
battle.
not going to do anything to her.
I'm just saying, but this is my battle.
So you love him, right? And you're engaged or you're to get married?
Yeah.
And if he were to fail, you'd still marry him?
Yeah.
Okay. If he were to fail, would you be concerned about having your children around him? No?
No, because
Even
I don't
if he
think
fails?
He did it.
Aceon came here, took a lie detector test, and we asked him, regarding that 7-year-old boy, did you ever have any type of sexual physical contact with him?
No.
You answer no. And the result of your lie detector test is that you did not tell the truth. You are a convicted sex offender, and you've admitted to this crime anyways. So
Oh, so it was already set up for me to fail, right? Is that what you're saying? Because that's what I'm getting out of
You
now.
weren't
the fact is,
man.
you committed this crime, and nothing could ever wipe that off. With the 3 children,
Exactly what you just said.
right? Of those 3 children.
It was
But
coming
my-
But you
off his record.
failed
Hold on, but
for the
my record
7-year-old
would
boy.
have been expunged in
His record was going to be
2007
What would you like
when I
to
was
say, Jim?
23.
So along those lines, he was 16 when he committed the crime against the 3 girls. He was only 18 2 years later when he allegedly committed this crime. So not
While
a,
I'm going
not,
through
not a big,
juvenile, and I
not a
got
big,
two
not a big time
therapists
difference
outside
there.
Right.
of that, right?
All right.
Yeah,
So
I failed the test.
this is a post-conviction sex offender test, and very common. The instant offense test is basically what I ran on you,
like I
Aceon.
told you, I was nervous as well
Right.
at the time.
This is his not only dramatic but compound reaction when I ask him about having
Mad,
sexual contact
angry
with him.
compound.
Okay, so this is the reaction which is indicative of a person
In
being
non-agreement.
deceptive. He needs a +4 to pass this test, Steve. His chart scores were a -7. Thank you.
Now you're going to ridicule the thing that we've always done
Hey, I
for,
don't care. I
for
shouldn't have
13
failed. I
years.
shouldn't have. I mean, I
And you
shouldn't have
wanted
failed.
this, and we gave it to you now.
That's
now
what's
it's-
up.
Now it's
Can you read the other questions that were asked, though?
he wants it read. I'll read it to you, okay? We might have to edit it, but for you sitting here in the audience.
my glasses.
Other questions was, regarding that 7-year-old boy, did you ever make contact with his Okay. Okay. And
That's the question I'm talking about.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all, you should have read asked you,
and
bro.
you failed.
Man,
Okay. Mike, get rid of it. So the question he was so
Fake
about, he failed that one too. Thank you to all of our fans for helping us reach 1 million subscribers. Now let's get 1 million more. Make sure to subscribe now.